unless you're deep in the field.
Here come a large pack of front runners. Trouble off the corner.
31.
Several cars involved. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sterling Marlin, Mike Skinner, Jeff Gordon's in it. Bobby Hamilton. Kurt Busch is in the crash. Dale Jarrett takes to the pit road. Terry Labonte's involved. Caution's out.
I didn't see it, but it looked like some guys were trying to get in the pits, and it just stacked up.
See some damage to the right front of Kevin Harvick's car. Not a lot of damage, but damage.
Oh.
A lot of damage to that automobile.
Ran so well earlier in the night. There's Skinner. Up against the fence.
Mike's moving around. Looks like he's okay.
Jeff Gordon and Kevin Harvick took their cars straight to pit road. But it all happened behind Dale Earnhardt Jr.
There's Bobby Hamilton trying to push his car backwards down pit road.
That car will go behind the wall. We talked about the big wreck. This one happened in a way we didn't expect.
A lot of damage to Terry Labonte's car.
All right, let's see if we can sort this one out.
All right, here they're coming off the corner. And I think there's going to be contact right there. Skinner and Kurt Busch get together. Turn Skinner into the wall head on. Labonte has no place to go. Neither does Bobby Hamilton when Skinner comes back across the racetrack. Now there's no place for anybody to go.
Who was that just stuck by? Nemechek.
Nemechek, yeah.
And John Andretti.
Dave Marcus gets down on the grass and somehow saves it.
He's almost as good as you.
I know.
And you know what? The 7 car was slowing down, coming in the pits. 31 checked up, 97 ran into him.
Yep.
Shot right across in front of Terry Labonte. Watch the back of this. Dale Jarrett, top right of your screen, going to come through the smoke, head for pit road.
Looked a lot of wrecking going on there, Dale. I'd be careful on pit road if I were you. The racetrack looked to be the safest place. You ever see Kurt Busch right on the back bumper, and Mike Wallace goes toward pit road. There's the contact. Skinner gets turned, and man, Terry Labonte says, oh no.
Is that Mark Martin piling in there? Mark has continued driving around, but his chance at that $1 million bonus appears to have taken a little bit of a hit there if the damage is significant on his car. Was that Mark's car? Better look at it here.
And it just doesn't take much. I mean, you know, Mike saw the 7 car coming in the pit. He rolled out a little bit. Busch couldn't see what was going on.
It just doesn't take much.
Never saw the contact with Jeff Gordon. Listen to this, folks.
Intensity. The intensity is picking up.
Jeff Gordon in 32nd place. One lap.
Whoa, there you go. There you go. This is it, guys.
Jarrett, Nemechek, Jeff Burton, Mike Skinner.
It's
One
over.
car hard up into the wall, joined by another.
And they just keep wrecking. And the hits keep on coming.
And the big hit was Joe Nemechek. Brett Bodine on fire. Leaders will have to race back to the caution flag. Here comes, I think this is Sadler again. It is Elliott
Yeah,
Sadler.
but here comes Gordon back right back here behind him.
Yeah,
He's coming off
the
turn 4.
car right there. He's trying to get his lap back as well. Elliott Sadler looks like he will accomplish it. Jeff Gordon will not. And I don't think Michael Waltrip, you mentioned it, Darrell, had a problem giving that 21 car lap back. Not going to give that 24 car.
Dale Jarrett is moving around inside the number 88. He's going to climb out. Todd Bodine is out. Rather, Brett Bodine. He owns that car in that race team. And of that number 11, there is little left. Matt Kenseth is involved. Heavy nose damage. But I'm worried about Joe Nemechek. That car hit the turn 1 wall with tremendous force. There's Mike Skinner.
That's Dale Jarrett. Jarrett's out, and he's looking over the car, and there's
Martha Nemechek, Joe's mom.
Last night, Martha was celebrating Joe's victory. Tonight, she's in tears.
I don't know. Whoever got down the apron got turned.
Mike Skinner has come to rest.
Had a good run going there. See Bobby Labonte. All kinds of damage to that car.
And Brett Bodine's out of that car. And the good news about the Joe Nemechek car was they were attending to the car, not to the driver's compartment. So we can presume from that that Joe's okay. And here's Mike Skinner moving around. And the face of Martha Nemechek, remember, she lost a son in a race car crash at Homestead, Miami. Lost her younger son, John. But the window net is down on Joe Nemechek's number 25. And that's always a sign that we believe he's gotten out of the car. We'll await confirmation. Joe Nemechek is out of the car. Brett Bodine is out of his car. The wings will be extra crispy tonight.
This starts by somebody getting crowded down on the apron here. Oh, Dale Jarrett. Dale Jarrett goes
Gets
down
bumped.
in front of the 21 car, wasn't that? Oh, no, that was the 99 car. Oh, man, you're right, Mike. Nemechek took a hard lick. Then the 4 car.
Saw the lick that Brett Bodine and Levin took there in front of Joe Nemechek.
Steve Park.
Look at Blaney in the 77 all the way down on the apron, along with Jimmy Johnson in the 48 as well.
Nemechek gets hit once and then straight up and into the wall. The drivers call it the big one.
Trouble off turn 2. Is this the big wreck?
There is.
Robbie Gordon, Steve Park.
See Ricky Craven.
Is that Kurt Busch?
Kurt Busch sitting sideways across the track through the smoke.
Now let's see what we got here. Uh-oh, we got somebody spinning down there.
Steve
Right in front of Robbie. Is that Steve? No.
That's Kurt
Busch. And look at that. I mean, these guys can't even see where they're going.
Oh, that's a hard shot.
Guys got caught up in that deal, and a lot of it just, there's nowhere to go.
Look at Terry Labonte come through, right through the smoke.
And he didn't have a car close enough to really get the air off the spoiler, so it wasn't that.
I'll be really interested to hear from Kurt when he comes back from the medical center, because that was unusual.
And Robbie Gordon, no place to go. He's got his load as best he can, but
And he gets hit.
gets hit from Mike Wallace from behind. I saw Jeff Gordon's hand out the window down the backstretch. I don't know if he was saying, trouble!
More in the wall. Several cars involved.
Earnhardt Jr. gets banged up.
I'm not sure somebody was trying to step down and get pit lane.
Casey Mears.
Bobby Labonte.
Schrader's in the grass. Several cars down pit road.
I think somebody was trying to come to the pits, BP, and he did not tell the guys behind him he was coming, and then jammed it up.
I think that Jeff Gordon was trying to come to the pits. I think he tried to tell out the window down the backstretch.
Riggs he moved up to avoid the 42 car. He went up the racetrack, and Mark saw him coming, and Mark turned right and ran out of room.
On board with Jeff Burton. Wow. Now let's ride with Dale Earnhardt Jr.
This should be good.
And let's listen, see if you hear any contact.
Yeah, got some probably contact on the right front, maybe knocked the toe out.
Inside, coming inside.
Now on board with Jeff Gordon.
There you go. There's the wave he's signaling, but you know, tough to see.
That's the signal that he's coming to pit road.
Right. He keeps looking in the mirror, hoping, okay, those guys know I'm coming in. And this is when it all starts happening behind him. And now watch the 42. The 42 sees the 24 slowing down. The 42 slows down. The 10's coming. He sees 42. Uh-oh. I better not hit him. I'm going to move up the racetrack. He moves up the racetrack right in front of Mark. Mark goes to the right, starts sliding, gets in the wall, and then
Busch, Riggs,
everybody gets involved. Oh, trouble! Here we go.
Harvick is around. In the grass. Caution is out.
As Carl Edwards up against that side wall.
Yeah. They almost made contact again.
Sadler down through the grass.
Oh, more cars spinning down in turn 1.
Yeah, Wimmer.
There's Wimmer. Number of guys went down pit road.
Yeah, you're not going anyplace.
Caution is out on lap 147.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's Kyle Busch. He has been everywhere tonight, and now
I'm done.
31 came down on Carl Edwards in the 99. And that's Kevin Harvick was right in the middle of it.
And there's Busch going through the grass.
And there's a 22 car on the inside of Jeff Gordon when Mike Wallace just squeezes by.
Was that Mike Wallace or was that Mayfield?
No, I thought it was Mike. Could have been Mayfield.
This is on board with Dale Jarrett.
Man, that's right down.
Look where he's sitting right now. And I'm telling you what, there's Michael Waltrip sitting there in the middle of that pack, too.
Hey, guys.
Here we go.
Turn to 48.
That's Jimmy Johnson. Rudeman got
this
one.
This is bad right here, because they're going back up the racetrack.
Yaley is down there. Look out.
Nice job.
Nice job by JJ right there. Nice job by that whole group, right? Wow. Because the 48 just got turned straight back up. And this was in the worst place, because you see
guys are just
that's 4 wide.
Here's the 48.
And it's really started at the 8 car.
Oh, the 22 come out. He got bump drafted.
The 8 car and the 88 slowed down. I can't see who's behind 88. It looked like Blaney turned up to try to avoid what was happening in front of him, and he caught the 48.
It's Regan Smith in the 0-1.
You see the Army car up there, and they start wiggling back there, and then Blaney just turns left because they start checking up. But man, there's middle of a pack right there. And then the 44 Rudeman gets turned. It just, you know, then once it starts happening, you're just along for the ride practically.
Does Terry have an on board?
I don't know, but he's probably questioning why he's in that car right now. That was really pretty amazing. Terry just held his line, and it's been amazing how these guys have just held their lines tonight. You see JJ out in the grass there, and the 15 car who's had a great qualifying run, and his night's just not been the greatest.
He was the Coors Light pole sitter.
Since last November here in Florida, South Florida. He's been on a roll, though, 3 top 5s in the last 6 races. This car was so good in practice, he quit early. But there was a crash on the racetrack.
On the backstretch. Big problems going down towards turn number 3. A lot of cars involved. Rudeman is in that. Gilliland is in there. Boyer. You see the 43 of Sorensen, the 83 of Vickers. There's Rudeman. Dale Jr. caught up in it as well. Smoke just pouring out of the 88.
And this is, you know, we talk about this racetrack all the time. The big accidents at Daytona happen almost always in the middle of the backstretch. Guys jockeying for position, inside, outside, and you just don't clear somebody, or you clip somebody, and you force somebody into a wall, and then it's a chain reaction because you got no place to go and you can't see.
Reed Sorensen in the 43.
Here they are in a straight line. I'm not even sure where this one starts. You see the 12 car.
Wow.
He gets tapped. He gets into the back. It's like Casey gets in the back of him.
Yeah. And that's what happens with these cars sometimes. If you're not dead straight when you're hitting the guy in front of you bump drafting,
you're going to turn them straight into the wall.
And you saw the 00 turn to the outside. Well, obviously he got hit in the back and turned the opposite way by somebody. Now look at that. You can see nothing. From where we were sitting right there, you could see from there, you could see nothing back all the way to turn 2.
Yeah, Casey definitely got into the 12, didn't he? Watch Rudiman in the 00 come around.
Yeah, well, at this point.
Right. Oh, man.
At this point, when you're behind something like that happened, all you can do is look straight, hold the steering wheel straight, get out of the gas, and hope you don't get run into or you run into somebody. There's not a whole lot you can do in this situation.
And the thing is, the accident started. Here's what happens with accidents at Daytona and places like this. You see these guys still piling into the wreck down here. There were almost 3 wrecks there. Okay, you had the first wreck, you had the 12 and the 9 get together. All right, then the 00 gets turned into the outside wall, starts another wreck. As those cars come out of the smoke on the other side, they continue to run into each other down in turn 3. That spread over about a mile and a half or a mile of the racetrack.
And what happened was when Casey was not squared up with the 12 when he hit him, the 12 was over just a little bit. It wasn't a flat square shot, and that's what turns the car to the right.
Inside the 6th door.
And watch Junior.
Clear.
He can't do nothing. He's holding it straight and runs into somebody. There's nothing you can do about it. Most of it's luck if you get through one of these wrecks.
And that's why while
he's going to be mirror driving.
Stewart's trying to squeeze in there.
See that hand?
Shoving to the bottom.
See that hand? He just wanted to touch him, man. Just wanted to touch him.
Can't get him to the high side. Here he comes. No,
there he turns him. He turns him.
Busch in the wall.
Oh, my God.
Here comes Stewart to the checkered flag. And another car gets in the backside. It's Casey Kane. And they're scattering everywhere as they come to the line.
Some of these guys hit hard, man.
And one of them was Kyle Busch.
They're still hitting hard. Man, that's an ugly finish. But incredible. Incredible.
But that was 100% mirror driving, and that's what you have. That's what Kyle Busch had to do.
That's what Kyle Busch had to mirror drive. Tony Stewart had to put the car there
around, right,
and stick the car where. We saw this same thing at Talladega when with the 09 car with Keselowski. He stuck his car in there, he drove it, he put it where it needed to be, and that's the way it was.
Look at the damage to his race car as Kyle Busch crawls out and walks back down the racetrack.
But I know people are going to start, well, this guy did this and that guy blamed this guy. Let me tell you, Kyle Busch did what he needed to do. Tony Stewart needed to. This is how you go after winning a race at Daytona. You leave everything on the table. This is Daytona.
The fireworks are going off in the sky, but the fireworks on the racetrack even bigger.
Teammates on the 14th. Good clean pass. He had a little bit of help.
Wow, he got a great run right there. I don't know where that run come from. It's almost like Tony's car got out from under him or something, because it's almost like Tony checked up. That's incredible.
Okay, now at this point,
yeah,
Kyle Busch is just looking in the mirror, and he's got to take all the racetrack. He's got to hog it. 1 lap to go, and we've seen this a lot. See Hamlin out there kind of on the high side. And then you watch the 18's hands in 3 and 4. The 14 is all over the bumper of the 18.
And all he really wanted to do, it looked like when he got in between 3 and 4 here, if he could have just put his bumper to him just a little bit and got him loose and slid him up the racetrack. You see him right here. He drives right to that corner right here. When he makes that turn, boom, I want to be right on that 18's corner and force him up the racetrack right there.
Okay, now Kyle's hanging on, but he's going to block.
Back,
and it just ran himself over the 14 car.
And here's what happened. Just like we talked about at Talladega and everybody talked about, block me once, that's okay. Block me twice, you're going up in the grandstands or you're going in the wall. And that's what happened. The 18 made 2 swipes at him. One to the inside, one to the outside.
Yeah, this one's fair right here. This one's
not fair.
You kind of had it coming.
Yeah, he had that one coming. When you cut back across the hood of somebody after you've blocked him once, and Tony, once he blocked, Tony put the bumper on the outside of him. He was there.
Watch the 9. I think it's a 9 car.
Gets right in the back.
I mean, just clobbers Kyle Busch.
And these guys, there's a 31 car touring, but these guys hit hard right here.
Logano finally, his luck ran out.
But you see these guys coming across the racetrack. This is ugly down here. They're very fortunate nobody got hurt right there.
Trying to bump you. Stay on this yellow line. Chase up, coming up high. There you go.
Pick the rear tires off the ground. Now watch this next hit.
Oh man!
Wow. That's a 180-mile-per-hour shot right there.
Man, that was brutal.
Listen to it.
think they lost the camera on that one.
Yeah, that's incredible.
For Tony Stewart, his 36th win in his 374th start. Oh man, there goes our camera.
And we lost another camera right there.
Daytona fans got their money's worth.
That was Stewart's crew.
Straightaway.
They did an outstanding job tonight as Tony takes his 3rd July Daytona win, all in the last 5 races. You're watching Wide Open coverage of the Coke Zero 400 TNT.
And, you know, I don't think Stewart, I think once he sees all this, he shouldn't be beating himself up too much on this deal. I mean, like I said, you're looking at the checkered flag at Daytona. All bets are off.
Yeah.
That's a hard hit by the 18 car because he
this.
hits with the left front and then drives the driver's side into the wall.
When he gets drilled by Kane right here.
And you know, we got the safer barrier, but I'm telling you that Hans device, those things are.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Look
that's
at
a
that.
shot. So he got hit. He took a shot in the front, and then he took a shot from the back. I mean, and then he got one in the door.
Oh,
see, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, that's what I said. Is they were going on down. That's why I kept trying to follow the cars down. I'm like, they hit really hard past the start-finish line. Not only these cars, the 31 car. There were 2 or 3 cars that took some major licks going into turn 1 down there.
And the bad thing about this is he already has damage on the left side. That's what I hate, is seeing a car get hit twice in the same spot.
Ooh, the 9 car gets hit right dead in the door by the 31 car. You see him. Then the 20 car hits his 18 car right in the door.
I bet you that's the hardest shot he took.
Watch it from Joey Logano's view out the back.
Low, low, low. Go low, 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 low.
That's an ugly sound.
I gotta believe RC's a nervous wreck right now. His car is running good, but very close together on the track.
Well, they can block the track right now if they wanted to.
Oh,
I'm telling you. Oh, hang on, Jeff Burton.
Burton up into Hornish.
He's going to come back up the
and now the big one.
There it is.
7, 8, 9 cars involved, many which were running inside the top 10.
That's the whole field, isn't it?
That's the whole field.
Look at that. Nowhere to go.
And these guys were trying to avoid the 2 coming back up on the racetrack, and the first group that saw them check up, and everybody runs in behind them. That is massive right there. That's incredible. I don't think I've seen a wreck like that at Daytona.
That's a long time since I've seen that many cars in a wreck.
There was a Busch race or a nationwide race down here in turns 3 and 4, and they piled up about 30 of them down there one time. These cars, that was wicked.
Mark Martin got a piece of the action. You see Tony Stewart.
Yeah.
Saw Reed Sorensen driving through.
Wow.
And like Kyle said, watch the 2 car. Everybody's expecting the 2 car to come back up the racetrack because that's what happened. He just goes diving down here after he gets clobbered by the 31. The 83, okay, this started already behind, but the 83 got turned.
But they see that going on in front of them, and they're all jockeying for position to avoid that. And it's that chain reaction accident. You know what I mean? Look at the cars, man.
There's a lot of cars in that accident.
Menard did a great job. He got up on the high side and kind of got around them. But these guys,
all these cars have damage here.
You see the first group when you. Don't pay attention to what the 2 cars doing. Watch everybody behind them because this is where the wreck.
Well, see what happened. The 83 checked up, the 12 checked up, and it looked like Montoya got into the back of somebody. And but there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, it's just like you said, it's a chain reaction. There's a 5 car came in on fire. See Mark climbing out right there.
You see some of his crew members running over to help the Lowe's guys come over and get him out. That's pretty cool right there, man. Mark was already piling out. You can see he's unhooked.
And the safety crews were actually coming from the garage area to help extinguish the fire. It's been a rough night for Mark Martin.
That's what we say. But this is for the win. This is not a restart.
First attempt at a green-white checker. How about overtime in the Coke Zero 400 at Daytona?
Now.
Well, he did. They did. I tell you, the 11 drug his brake, and he let the 29 get back, the 39 jump back down there.
Takes a little time for him to get wound
here
up.
we go. Martin got turned by Joey Logano on that one.
Look at him out there. Several cars involved, and it all got started when Logano got Mark Martin.
Truex is in it. Mark Martin's in it. See the
Stewart's in it.
33.
Sorry, guys. Like Castle's in it.
Wow.
We will get a second attempt at a green-white checker.
Half the field's gone.
See the damage for pole sitter Mark Martin. Let's go high above and watch the restart.
Just keep your eye on Logano in the 20 car. Got Mark Martin up beside him. And what happens, I think, when they get down to 1 and 2, Logano just kind of finds himself in the middle with no place to go here. See how he's kind of sneaking up in there? Just ran out of room.
Regan Smith got a piece. See Travis Kvapil climbing in. David Rudiman.
Yeah, I'm not. You know, when you look at that, Mark's there and Logano's there. I don't know where Mark was going. Yeah, to be honest with you, you know what I mean? I mean, look, Joey couldn't really go anywhere. They all were trying to get to the same place on the racetrack for whatever reason. I don't know why Mark tried to jump off the back of the group he was in. But of course, he doesn't have a partner anymore. For the 20 to do something, or
one back there for by 10.
I think
they're Reagan behind him.
David Reagan.
Behind the race leader.
David Reagan.
No caution yet. David Reagan coming
Still
back
wrecking.
to the start-finish line.
They're wrecking again.
Everywhere now.
They're wrecking again.
Reagan with sweet redemption gets the victory at Daytona.
2 separate wrecks on the last lap.
Great job. Thank you a lot, Matt.
Oh, man, these guys are flying by Newman.
He was a sitting duck.
No kidding. That's the scariest part of it being in a wreck like this, is sitting in a racetrack when guys are coming at you 180 plus miles per hour. That was scary.
That's ugly racing right there.
You can't beat Daytona. Trevor Bayne does it in the Daytona 500, his first career victory. And tonight, I'm sure tears of joy for David Reagan, who's celebrating his first ever win.
That was big. That was nicely done by both those guys right there.
We got trouble, Larry. They're coming to the tri-oval. A number of cars involved. Still spinning. Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon on the grass, Regan Smith, Michael Waltrip back up through the groove, and there's Bill Elliott as well.
Yeah, and Jeff Gordon and those guys were up in the 4th, 5th, and 6th positions. So this thing, obviously, it may have started back a little bit, but it carried its way all the way to the front.
Jimmy Johnson completed 1 lap in the 500. And better in that category tonight, but similar situation to what we saw then.
Yeah, Jimmy got turned into the outside wall and hit head-on in the 500, and here he's got turned into the inside wall coming out of turn 4 here, and it's a softer, it's a soft wall, it's a softer barrier, so that's a plus, but still, that was a hard hit.
But these guys, obviously, I think, did they hit pit lane before the flag came out?
That may be why the caution was out.
Sure
These guys were probably slowing down, and then we just get a chain reaction. It'll be interesting to see, because we saw the 16 on pit road. There's no way that the 20
at Kansas.
See, the 24 car is 3rd in line right here, but you see him slowing down to come in pit road. Now he slows down.
Yeah, Johnson got tagged.
Is it Martin Truex Jr. maybe?
I couldn't tell, but he got tagged early though. I mean,
look at the 24 right here. The 24 is coming down pit road and gets wrecked. They run into him from the back right there, and you see these guys already on pit road. So it's really going to be interesting to see when the light comes on.
Watch how hard Jimmy Johnson hits this inside wall. I'm telling you what, those soft walls or whatever you want to call them, those things are incredible.
And we've not always had safer barrier on the inside.
I've hit walls on the inside when they weren't there. I'll tell you what, it's a shot.
Watch his tires.
Wow, when it picks up the rear wheels off the ground, that's a hit.
Jimmy Johnson, 3 restrictor plate races this year, and it appears he will get his 3rd there.
Yeah, and if they clear Tony, it's going to be over.
That was a good move by Tony.
Oh, wow. Who was that?
Denny Hamlin out of shape. Here's the big one. A number of drivers involved as they come down toward turn one.
Hold your brake. Oh, wow. That was a ton.
This is big.
Man, was that Ambrose? Somebody hit a ton up there.
That was big. Biffle got hit a little bit and got sent back across the racetrack into the 11 car, I think is what we'll see.
Trevor Bayne, one of the drivers involved.
In the second wreck of the night for him.
Window net going
He's got
down.
caught in 2 of them.
That's a sign to safety workers that he is okay.
Wow.
Get out your pencil, because there's going to be a long list of competitors that had their night come to an end on this one. Joey Logano, Clint Bowyer, among those involved. And there's the Bowyer car.
We said earlier, when this thing gets down to this stage, it's all take and no give, and that's what happens when you get to that place. Everybody's just trying to did not realize that the 18 car was in it. What a great night that Kyle Busch has had until this point.
And he was the wild card leader coming into this race, was Kyle Busch.
Watch the 16, yeah.
Yes.
And Hamlin just gets a big run. Got tapped. Did he get tapped by the 5?
It was close.
It's hard to say from that angle. It almost looks like he gets the 9. Look at the 9 car go back up the racetrack. Oh.
Yeah, David Gilliland, Dave Blaney, Martin Truex Jr. Saw Hamlin was involved. The damage for Kyle Busch, Juan Pablo Montoya.
And that's one thing, too, when these cars don't change direction very good. I think he went to turn to the left. It almost looked like Biffle maybe went down a little bit, but regardless, when you turn these cars as hard like that to avoid something, it's hard to keep them straight.
Yeah, it almost looked like I couldn't tell where the 5 car was, but it's like Denny came down across the hood, and the 11 and the 18 really looked like they got together more so than the 5 car involved. That 9 car took a tough hit, and all these guys had no place to go because they're going.
Stewart pulling down in front of Matt Kenseth, and Kane with a little charge in the outside lane.
That's the break that Tony needed right there.
This is going to be. They're
stacking up. They're stacking up.
Through turns 3 and 4
here we go.
for the final time.
Biffle.
Big crash behind the race leader, Tony Stewart. That's going to allow Smoke to pull away. What's going to happen behind him? Can Burton get there? No, he can't. Tony Stewart wins it at Daytona.
We'll take that.
Great finish.
From 42nd to the win.
Great move by Jeff Burton right there. I tell you,
That was a
great race by
save.
Jeff Burton. I'm telling you, incredible save and incredible job to put him in position. And you know, Matt's just where he's got to be, but Casey Kane deserves a lot of credit for that too, pushing that 14 and getting him in the right position.
Did you see the water spitting out of that thing, man? I mean, he sacrificed his engine right there.
We told you in Countdown to Green, it's all going to come down to the final lap, and it did not disappoint once again.
Way to drive that thing. I might figure it out one day.
That's incredible.
Dale Earnhardt won 34 races here. That's more than anybody when you go across all the series. Second on that list at this track, Tony Stewart. Tonight, he collects his 18th checkered flag. And it's his 4th in this race in the last 8 years. And himself in position to strike. Marty?
Well, that's because he's been in the back of the pack on purpose. Adam, crash on the track.
Just Jimmy Hamlin got airborne. A.J. Allmendinger, Jeff Gordon, David Rudiman, Matt Kenseth all involved.
The 11 car's in there too. You know, we're just talking about how he had just come back. And they just keep beating this guy down, man.
That was 2 big hits, really. Yeah. I mean, that second hit when you get run into like that, that is hard.
And he took a hard hit last week.
Yeah. Matt Kenseth.
Kenseth led the most laps here in February.
Window net's down, which is a good sign.
Ooh, 24 in it.
Yeah.
Wow. Gordon had been running great.
All these guys were right there in that second pack that had just been separated, and Junior was about the cutoff. You see AJ down on the ground here. Obviously, he's took a little bit of a hard hit, knocked the breath out of him. But they were just behind that pack where Junior and those guys had separated, because that's where Denny was. He had just driven up to the back bumper of Junior right along there.
Sometimes our TV just doesn't do the justice of how hard these cars are hitting the wall. You know, we've talked about how great the improvements on the walls and things have been, but guys are still going 200 miles per hour when they're, knocking the walls down.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a soft wall, even though that's what we call them. And that's what we talk about them as. They soften the blow, but there is no such thing as a soft wall. You see Denny down on the inside right there. That thing just turns right.
Yeah.
It's like
that was
something
strange.
That was really strange.
Wow. Kenseth did a great job not running into the door of the 11, but then the 51, just nowhere to go.
But, for Hamlin, he goes nose first into the wall. Very similar to how he hit the wall in California when he suffered that compression fracture.
Yeah, but
a different angle.
But watch this right here. Here he is. The two cars, there's spacing behind him. The two cars behind him. He goes there. Wow. I don't know if the two car got into the back of him and sent him to the inside and he overcorrected.
It almost looked like the car in front of him slowed down.
Good point.
And he turned to the left, and that's when it spun him around.
But then, and then obviously everybody's trying to avoid him.
Yeah.
Complete lap 20 today.
Rickon behind you here, Rickon.
And now we have a crash. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. involved. Tony Stewart around. And that's Dale Earnhardt Jr. through the infield grass. Carl Edwards has some damage.
Kenseth just about had it missed, and looks like he ran into the 88.
Harvick, Johnson,
a lot of good
Kyle
race
Larson.
cars. I mean, a lot of good race cars. Guys in the points.
Wow.
3 consecutive top 5 finishes at Daytona. The 6-time champion, Jimmy Johnson, has damage here.
Marcus Ambrose spun, obviously drove through the grass over to the pit road.
Well, the grass is not the place you want to be today after all the rain that we've had.
Carl Edwards. Wow.
At least 11 cars involved in our first big accident of the day here at Daytona.
We're seeing it for the first time. Oh, it looks like Stenhouse got a little bit squirrely. Stewart came up and got into Jeff Gordon there. Looks like Stewart was just trying to avoid the 17.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell from that angle, but it looks like Stenhouse, as he gets squirrely, comes down into Tony a little bit. You see Stenhouse up next to the wall, sideways, comes down across, taps Stewart. Oh.
Yeah, no, Jeff was trying to avoid this 17 car and got into Tony Stewart.
Yeah, got in the right rear of Tony. Yeah.
Trevor Bayne, who won the 2011 Daytona 500, driving for the Wood Brothers, and that 21 car got turned around. And Danica may have gotten a little bit of nose damage, but she did a heck of a job getting through and not getting caught up.
And you watch Tony here. He didn't move much, man. He just hung right. He didn't move at all.
No.
And then he got hooked in the right rear into Stewart, into Ricky Stenhouse. But Tony was doing what he needed to do right there. He would have gotten by that without any problem if he wouldn't have gotten tagged by Jeff.
Yeah, Tony. It didn't appear that Tony ever turned the steering wheel, and as he got loose, he came over, but he never even tapped Tony. It was the 24 car of Jeff Gordon thinking something was going to happen, and going ahead and anticipating the move and getting into the right rear quarter panel of Tony.
Talk about the drivers looking for their first win of the year. Tony Stewart, Matt Kenseth, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., all involved in that one, as was the rookie Kyle Larson.
Boy, and that's just one of those decisions you got to make a split-second decision, and you're either a hero or zero on that one.
Yeah.
You just think you think they're going to be wrecking in front of you, and you have to react.
Yeah, and it's just that anticipation. And on pit road during the little bit of rain delay, Carl, as we watch this wreck again.
Low, the middle, there's up high and low, come through the middle.
Yeah.
And break there.
Junior just got run into. Yeah, he just gets jacked up right there because they're 3 wide. They're trying to slow down and looking in front of them. But it's like Carl and those guys said, we're a little bit envious of how that 17's working in the high line. It wasn't working perfect.
Watch race front, stay high, stay front, easy. Easy. Go high, go low.
Wow.
He almost had that thing cleared.
Great job, and he got run over. You could hear him get hit from behind, but he did an incredible job of making it that far.
Watch Danica drive through this mess.
33 down 2, checking up just a little. Watch him back down real slow, back down, hard. Center of the middle here, middle, top, go high, back it down, down. Here.
Jeff Gordon's won at Daytona 6 times. 3 times here in the summer race. Let's listen to what he had to say about the accident. Hanging tough here on the restart.
Oh, here we go.
Got trouble. That's Casey Kane. It goes sideways. Joey Logano nowhere to go.
Oh, my.
Clint
Half the
Bowyer
field
through
is
the grass. The big one at Daytona has happened at lap 97.
That is the huge one at Daytona.
Justin Allgaier.
Oh, the
Denny
18
Hamlin,
gets on its roof.
and Kyle Busch rolls upside down.
Wow.
See the 26 car of Cole Witt, the 38 of David Gilliland.
Just having a good old time over here. Just hanging around. Okay, just stay buckled up. Let them get you flipped over here.
That's Kyle Busch. Yeah, there goes our antenna on the onboard of the 18. Kyle Busch. And that was I think the slowest rollover
and the latest
I've ever seen.
It was almost like a delayed reaction to the crash. Saw rookie Ryan Truex backing through your picture. He had damage. Safety crews are there.
And let me tell you, that, you know, when you're upside down in one of these cars, Kyle, because you're so buckled in. Let's take a replay here. It looks like the 16 got into the 5 a little bit too hard and just turned him. And man, talk about getting piled up.
Watch the 3 car when we get another replay of Austin Dillon come shooting up through the middle and trying to avoid the accident.
26 of Cole Witt just got into the 18 to turn him over.
And watch Danica in this outside line right here. She and the 2 car of Brad Keselowski. Wow, that 1 car's up in the air right there.
All 4 tires were off the ground.
He just launched.
That was perfect. I mean, she just slowed it down enough to let everything clean off in front of her, as Brad did.
As they got to the corner, as you get to these corners, once the cars go up, they will come back down.
Especially when they slow down.
Yeah, when they slow down, they just come back down the racetrack. And that was, she was in the right place in this line to be able to whoa her car down, not get run over from behind, and just kind of right there, she's nose to nose.
That Austin Dillon that got through that? That 3 car, man, he did a nice job getting through there as well.
Nice job by him.
We ride with Kyle Busch, who at the end of this mess goes on his roof.
22's pushing to 41. Easy, get lower. We're in it.
Right here. And it was just because his car was on the banking and on the apron, just at the right enough angle for somebody to just kind of toss him upside down.
She runs up on the outside there, gets into the front, just gets hit in the back by the 26 car that ends up hitting the 18 car. So she's probably got a little nose damage and a little bit in the back of the car.
Second time today she's dodged a bullet.
Yeah, from the end car here.
In front of you. Stay high, back it down.
Just barely gets into the car in
Still
front of her. I think that's the 38.
No lane. What do you got here?
That's a good job.
And it just opens up.
I got hit in the front back, but
Really good job.
With Dale Earnhardt Jr., who had just gotten back on the lead lap.
And Dale got it slowed down enough.
Yeah.
To where he could stay away from it.
Okay, around the outside, up by the wall if you can.
That's perfect.
As you look at the carnage as he drives by away.
And that's why you want to.
There'll be a wreck.
And around they go. The 38 goes sideways. David Gilliland sideways as they come out of turn number 4. Also involved, the 22 of Logano. the 32. Multiple cars involved in this one. Joey Logano damage to the right rear. The 26 of Jeb Burton involved. Saw the 38 of Gilliland. The 10 of Danica Patrick. Looks like she has damage to the right side.
Field out of 2. Litter's bad. 10 away.
Sheet metal about to fall off the 22. Also some damage on the 46 of Michael Annett. Let's look back to what had just happened. Coming out of turn number 4.
You see right here, the 38's coming down to change lanes. There isn't room. He comes across the front bumper of the 15, spins him to the bottom, and it's the field very tight. You see farther back into the field, the 16 and the 10 get into the back, and the 22 spinners up across the track. And that's what happens in these tight packs. When there's a spin way up in front of the pack, everyone gets out of the gas, and it's so hard when you're only a couple feet apart. Another hard impact there with the 32 and the 38. When you're that close, you don't have enough room. If you don't slow down the exact same rate, someone gets spun out.
And you see right here, David, he's wanting to be on the bottom of the racetrack. He wants to get behind the 88 because he thinks that's the best line, but he just doesn't have it synced up. He did not get a good view of the 15, turned down on the 15s. Nothing Clint Bowyer could do right there. All he could do is get into him, and then everything behind him was just as a result of trying to miss this wreck. Here we ride with Tony Stewart. Coming off turn 4, he sees the smoke, slow it down.
Come all the way down if you want to. Slow down right there. Slow down. Come on, come on.
Riding on the 10 car.
Stay in, back it down, back it down, back it down. Stay high, you're all good.
Right along with Eric Almirola.
They're fine themselves. Still outside. Spin. Very bottom. Stay high. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. You're all good. You're all good. Braked hard.
And you could hear in that, you could hear Eric Almirola lift off the throttle. You could hear him slowing down, and the guys behind him, they just couldn't get. You saw Joey Logano trying to slow down. Somebody got into the back of him, got him turned around. That's a typical Daytona wreck right there. Dave, you got some on the 22?
And now it's damage control time for the...
Let's take a look at the number of lead changes tonight presented by Sprint. 18 already. We have a new leader out front of the field. You can follow Miss Sprint Cup as the big one's happening once again. Coming out of turn number 4. Into the wall. Kyle Larson. Multiple cars sideways. Martin Truex Jr., a lot of damage to the front end of his car. Eric Almirola also involved. There's Kyle Larson. Damage to the front end. Once again, coming out of turn number 4, a tricky spot on this track. Casey Kane, who was running up front all day, a lot of damage to the right front. Eric Almirola already in the garage. The Smithfield Ford had been running well. And now in the garage, Kyle Larson will have to make his way into the garage as well. This is why.
We've seen this time and time again. The 20 tries to come down on the 5. I don't know if he actually makes contact with the 5 or just the air gets him loose. Man, and then it's just a mess, right? When you have trouble in front of that many cars, there's just nowhere to go. You see the 9 spinning, trying to avoid it. Once the smoke is that thick, there's just nowhere to go.
All these cars behind them right now, they're just trying to find somewhere to go, but there just never is. You just keep piling in. You're on the brakes. The guys behind you are running into you. You know, it's just a big. This is plate racing. This is what we talk about. This is what the drive.
To the bottom of the track, Junior will win a Daytona. And the big one happens behind them.
Oh my God.
Austin Dillon into the catch fence. All the crews getting out to that car to assist these drivers. Thumbs going up from all the crew members, and the crowd roars. Look at the catch fence on the front straight. Crew members pulling. Austin Dillon out. He's walking. The damage to the 4 of Kevin Harvick. What an incredible sight to see Austin Dillon walking away from that 3 car that is demolished.
Unbelievable impact of Austin Dillon. When you watch this replay, when he gets in the catch bench, the car comes to a complete stop. I've never seen a car stop that quickly before.
And again, they're going upwards of 190 miles an hour through the tri-oval. You see where that car got up into the air and into the catch fence. And as you mentioned, it came to a stop right there.
You see the fence is pulled away, but the cabling, the horizontal cabling is still intact. They try to keep the car, any large pieces of the car, on the racing surface and out of the stands or the walkway area there.
There is the engine.
Incredible impact. Unbelievable.
And what an incredible sight to see the thumbs going up from the crew members that were checking on Austin, and then Austin Dillon to walk away from that accident. Safety crews continue to check on all of the drivers that were involved in this incident. Let's take another look. Dale Earnhardt Jr. crossing the start-finish line, winning the race, but then the accident takes place behind him.
Yeah, the 11 gets kind of stuck in the middle there and comes across the 4's bumper. As he does, he spins back in, gets the 3 airborne, and he just gets projected off the other cars right up into the fence.
He went from the bottom of the racetrack over 2 rows of cars and into that catch fence.
Here we go. You can see him on the bottom. Rex starts in front. He runs in the back of the 24. Gets up on the 11. Now he's on top of the 50.5. And now it's just along for the ride. Watch the car stop. Watch the car stop. It gets into those poles, and it goes from, I don't know what, 180, 190 miles an hour, I'm just guessing, to a complete stop. That is unbelievable.
And it looks like that's 3,500 pounds. That stock car is extremely heavy. You see here, after he's upside down, the 2 is spinning. Obviously, he's already lost control, makes more contact with the 3.
11 and the 4 to get together. Here we are at the start-finish line.
It just pushes the 3 up into the air enough that it rolls over the top of a car. And then that momentum just continues to move him into the catch fence.
Being proficient at restrictor plate racing, 4 wins, and we've got trouble behind him, Rick.
Around they go.
Stay down, go up.
It looked like it was Eric Almirola that was the first to go sideways, and then collecting numerous cars behind him. May have been the one of Jamie McMurray. It was a light blue car. Chase Elliott. That's Sun Energy 1. Caught up the window net down for him. Paul Menard in the 27. Jamie McMurray trying to get it going the right direction. Kevin Harvick is involved. The 44 of Brian Scott. And already we're seeing Chase Elliott climb out of that car. Look, it was McMurray in the 1.
See McMurray and Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy comes up, and then McMurray actually comes down and gets onto the left front. it's on from there. I mean, we talked about it earlier. As soon as somebody makes a mistake and you're in this big pack of cars, you're going to take a lot of people with you. It's just how it happens. Some of these cars riding around the back actually got in the wreck as well. So one mistake by a driver, a mistake by two drivers, and this is what happens. It's not just those two.
And a bump there by the 48. The back bumper of Jamie McMurray. 78 of Martin Truex Jr. caught up. Danica Patrick also. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 88. Brian Scott up on the hood of the 4 of Kevin Harvick. Chris Buescher, 23-year-old out of Prosper, Texas, was involved. Also that 46 of Michael Annett. Another Midwesterner.
Big impact. Jamie Murray hit really hard. Ended up getting clipped in the rear, turned him to the right. Hard impact, and all these cars had nowhere to go.
Knock her down, get her rolling here if you can. Get KO'd.
And the big one happens at Daytona. Kyle Busch goes around in front of 3 or 4 other cars, collecting them, and the caution comes out again.
We are closing into the end of this stage, just inside 10 to go. The momentum was kind of building. Everybody was trying to work their way to the front. You see Martin Truex Jr. leaving the scene. Heavy damage on the 78. Though 18 was the first car around for sure, Rick.
Austin Dillon caught up in it. He can't even see over the hood. It has collapsed up to the windshield. Martin Truex Jr. damage. Again, the new rule. You cannot add any body parts to the car on pit road. Take a look at what happened.
Follow along Kyle Busch. Little wiggle right there. I think he had a problem. That thing just turned around on him right in front of the field. So look at all the big impacts, all the smoke. I didn't see any contact before he went around. I saw him wiggle, and then the car turned around sideways.
Well, in front of the field was the key. This is the fear when it comes to Daytona. The accident in the middle of the pack. You have to be committed. You have to be wide open. Look how fast that happened. Joey Logano, a hard impact into Kyle Busch. You see the 42 of Kyle Larson, the 78 of Martin Truex Jr.
He was
many cars damaged.
He was right in front of his brother. Kurt Busch was just behind him when he wiggled. Let's take a look, riding along with Dale Jr.
Well, with Kyle Larson there, he locks it down, spins it to the inside. I don't see him hit anything too different. Nope, looks like just some minor damage.
Joey Logano just nowhere to go. I mean, it happened so quickly. All you can see is smoke. You heard him lift. He saw that the nose of that car pointing the wrong way. Oh no, what am I going to do? Lift. Gets into it.
And the spotters, you hear them, they're trying to give them information, but they know. I think it looks to me that the 18 had an issue or was having a handling issue. He was losing the car in front of him back against his brother's bumper, and I think the 41 turned around, not on purpose, but the 18 was slowing down, and you just cannot slow down in the packs.
There's no doubt. You saw the back of the car. See right there, the car, I don't know. Just like to me, the car went around. It's a hard angle to tell, but obviously either he had a handling issue and he was chasing it or something happened, but he's definitely got loose before he got touched. Parker goes to the top and everybody follows.
Oh, around goes the 4 of Kevin Harvick. Harvick spins around. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is involved. Brad Keselowski involved. Smoke coming out of the 32 of Matt DiBenedetto.
Blew a tire, I'm fine.
Blew a tire. That's what it looked like. The 4 just snap spun like a tire went down right in the middle of traffic. You see the 88 bouncing along the backstretch wall. That tells me that something's probably broken in the front suspension.
Take another look.
At about 190 mile an hour. See the 4-car wiggle, turns around quickly right in front of her. No, nothing anybody can do. All the smoke, can't see. Just hope you get through it.
I'm amazed more cars aren't in an accident like that, Rick. As tightly as their bunch going through the corner. Right here, you're on board with Kevin Harvick, middle of the corner, wide open.
AD's going with you. Right. Easy here. Blew a tire or something. Hold your brake.
Just a snap spin, and then the reaction behind him. But even the spotter in an accident, calm as could be on the radio.
Calm as he could be. Stay on the brakes.
Oh,
that's how quick that happened.
There's nothing you can do.
We're in it, Greg. Might be okay here. There's still wreckage back there in your mirror there. Just flip it around here. We'll take a look at it.
can't get off the wall.
No, I bet the right front tie rod or something in the right front suspension is broken. You see, he's turning the wheel left, but the car is going right. So the car spins around right there. It sandwiches up to the 88. The 5 of Kasey Kahne makes an evasive maneuver, goes to the bottom. How about the 41 of Kurt Busch? A hard left to miss Kasey Kahne. Another hard left to miss the spinning 2 of Brad Keselowski.
Yeah, I don't think Kahne or Keselowski ever hit anything. I think they're going to be okay if they can get around without damaging their cars. Marty.
Stenhouse Jr. Look at the hands on AJ Allmendinger. Up in the air goes the 42 of Kyle Larson. Caution comes out. And another contact. Matt Kenseth hits. The 1 of Jamie McMurray flying down pit road. Kyle Larson up in the air, right in front of the grandstands. See him removing the steering wheel. A lot of damage to Kurt Busch's 41.
We're done.
Big disappointment. Daytona 500 winner, hoping to come back and defend.
Take a look. This is what happened to the 42.
Wow. How did he get back on the ground without flipping?
See right here, he gets down low. The 17 of Ricky Stenhouse tries to fill the upper lane. The 42 tries to block. And as you said, the 42 was destined to go airborne. The roof flaps deployed, setting the 42 back on the ground. And as that happened, the 41 of Kurt Busch crossed the tri-oval, took a hard hit. This is another great action shot right here. Watch this 42. Hits the wall, then gets pushed into the air by the 17. You see the roof flap open. The car sets back on the ground.
21 of Blaney, he's in the brakes, just nothing you can do. Remember, Matt Kenseth, Kasey Kahne had got shuffled back. They got behind this wreck. Matt Kenseth did not get through it. Kasey Kahne did.
The 41 of Kurt Busch also came back across the racetrack. He hit it very hard into the safer barrier.
If you've ever been on a multi-ton airliner and taken off in the middle now, just waiting for whichever line. Huge push. And around goes a 2. Too big of a push. He caught the 41.
The big one.
Logano's caught up in it.
Oh, my goodness.
Denny Hamlin. Austin Dillon has damage. Daniel Suarez trying to avoid. Ty Dillon sliding in. A wrecked 22 of Joey Logano sitting on the apron. A wrecked 2.
All the Penske cars right there. The one organization that everybody came here thinking they had the best shot to win, all 3 of their cars wiped out in this accident.
Ryan Blaney in the 12 sitting there in the grass. You saw the 2 of Brad Keselowski. A lot of damage to the 9 of Chase Elliott.
So many good cars. This wreck happened in the front of the field.
This is what Daytona's all about. Took out some contenders, and now this really is an opportunity race for somebody sitting out at 16, sitting out at top 16.
Denny Hamlin with big damage. Another fast car.
A big push we saw out of the 17 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Was it too big of a push?
Well, let's take a look at the replay. Let's take a look at a replay from the 9 car first.
See all the damage to Chase Elliott.
It'll get pretty aggressive here, and Ricky was pushing him and also turning down the racetrack, and that was enough to turn the 2 car around. There's just so much happening right there, and they were coming up on Williams so fast that I believe Brad was sort of throttling down a little bit because he was going to run to the back of the 24, because you see the 24 blocking here. So Brad's probably throttling down a little bit, and Stenhouse coming across the nose.
Yeah, so right here, the 17. Watch the 17 when he gets into the rear bumper. Right there, hits him in the right rear, and that's what sends him. We talked about that earlier. That's where you want to bump draft somebody. You want to bump them in the right rear. But when you do that, and the speed's wrong, and it's misaligned, and also he's turning left, then that literally just shoves the left rear bumper to the inside of the car, and it shoots the nose straight to the wall.
And we've seen this generation of car. These guys, their bumpers don't line up all that great. We don't never see these guys lock bumpers like they used to, or like we see in the Xfinity Series. So anytime they make a push, they got 18's on his quarter panel. He's going to side draft him right here in 3 and 4.
caught up as well. Kyle Larson avoiding the 18. He went way down on the apron.
Guys, I'm afraid to say it, but I think Stenhouse was involved in this one as well.
I do too.
Can't wait to see the replay so we can really dissect how this all started. I did not.
And the very charismatic winner from a week ago at Chicagoland Speedway, Kyle Busch, walking away from his destroyed 18. He hit the wall hard. He comes over to talk with William Byron.
Just checking on him.
Once they get the white flag, the next flag will call it the 14 around. Bowyer into the wall. The caution comes out just before they get to the start-finish line.
Some big impacts.
Bain caught up, as is Bubba Wallace. Brendan Gaughan also in this.
Let's take a look at the replay, get an idea how this all started. There you see Clint Bowyer and Bubba Wallace. Clint's on the inside. Bubba's got a little tire rub there, but he's shoving and he just turns, pushing so hard. And Clint was moving around on the front bumper. And it hooked him into the wall. That's just real aggressive bump drafting. Here's from the 43 roof cam. And he just turned him sideways there, hooked him bad.
Keep coming, keep coming.
That's just really aggressive pushing. Really aggressive bump drafting, which is what's going to happen at the end of these races.
Yeah, they got misaligned. When they got misaligned, here's Kevin Harvick.
No help yet. Keep digging here. Very free. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Easy.
Will he be able to get to the apron? He does. Can he stay out of the line as the racing continues? Austin Dillon up front. They shifted him out.
It's going to be a big one.
And now around goes the 3 in front of the pack. They're all collected. The 11 with damage, the 22 as well.
Big right here.
Smoke rolling out of the cars that even cleared this incident. They shuffled out. The 11 of Denny Hamlin, and then while trying to regroup, the 3 of Austin Dillon gets around. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the 17, major damage.
A lot of good cars in this wreck.
Chris Buescher in the 37, also the 18 of Kyle Busch.
Anytime you see a guy get turned around entering a corner, he's going up across the track. It's going to take a lot of guys with it. That's just one of the worst places, if not the worst place to get turned. And it's the blocking. It's the blocking we've talked about all weekend. And I think that a lot of guys might have Brad Keselowski's mental attitude about it. I'm not allowing it. I'm not putting up with it. We saw it already today with Kurt Busch, Ricky Stenhouse.
We just saw Clint Bowyer climb out of his car. Ryan Blaney climbed out of his car.
Guys, the racing was intense, but it all started right here. The Chevy, the 3 of Austin Dillon changed lanes. He tries to make a move on the Toyota, loses momentum, blocks the 14. Now he's helping a Ford. I think he panics. What does he do? He goes back to the bottom, or does he block the 14? The 14 makes a move. The 3 blocks. You said it time and time again. Blocking causes accidents. This is an accident at the front of the field.
But he moves to go inside, and that upset the 3 a little bit. Got the 3 a little bit loose. But the 3 headed on down the track to try to block anyways, or try to get down there and protect that line, protect that lead.
Let's go back and look at that first view, because I think that, watch this first view. So right here, he makes the move, as he said. Here comes the 14 of Bowyer. Good side draft on the 11. Here comes the 14 of Bowyer. Now we got a great shot. Bowyer gets into the back of him. He goes to turn left just a little bit, and when he did, he drug the 3 with him. The 3's on the bottom of the racetrack. You know, I don't know that that was a block. I think the 3 got there. He didn't mean to get there. It's just a little bit of contact.
When Clint goes across the back bumper of that 3, it turned the 3 sideways. It upset the back of that 3 car. And then at that moment, Austin's trying to just catch his car. He's steering the race car, trying to steer the back of the race car. It starts driving like a forklift at that moment. And then he's down the racetrack, trying to get down into turn 1.
Kurt Busch squirts out of this without an issue. William Byron, Jimmy Johnson, and Ty Dillon all able to negotiate and get through. And so they're the top 4 right now after this melee happens behind them. Look at the 13. There's Ty Dillon, and he's able to negotiate through all of this virtually unscathed. And now he's running 4th.
That 3 car is coming back across the track. And there's nowhere for anybody to go.
Kyle Busch picking his lanes.
Tyler Reddick has to win. He's put himself in position. So does Eric Jones. Great run here.
Yep, huge run right here.
What does Eric Jones do? He helps his teammate.
Tyler Reddick out front. Now Tyler's going to try to block.
He's in the fence.
Up into the wall he goes. The 18 also in the wall. Eric Jones gets caught up in it as well. The big one does happen. The 47, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., McDowell. Austin Dillon caught up in this. That's Ryan Newman in the 6. Kurt Busch in the 1. Clint Bowyer on the bottom of the 14. Now contact made. Kenseth came down. The 14 up. The 9 out of shape. Here comes the 22. Logano's going to take the lead away from Denny Hamlin. 2 laps to go.
Bubba Wallace on the outside.
Big run. Contact made again. Bubba Wallace sideways. Can he save it?
William Byron. They're ready.
Now the 22 goes around.
Hold the brake, hold the brake, hold the brake.
The car's going to come out now. Big wreck behind him. Bubba Wallace got through. Tyler Reddick hard hit. Jimmy Johnson caught up in the 48.
Yeah, big damage on Jimmy's car.
Could this be it for the 7-time champion? Not making the playoffs in his final year. It's going to go to overtime. But can the 48 even turn a lap?
We have a red flag here down in turn 1. Wow.
And you have to make minimum speed. But if it's for 2 laps, Steve.
Yeah, they just need to get the car to make laps. Minimum speed won't be a concern, but the concern is right here. The 24 is in basically one piece moving around to see if he has any flat tires. I don't know how many wrecks it was until they finally wrecked. The action was unbelievable. 2, 3, and 4 wide. Finally, it just felt like it was coming, and it did. Nowhere for Jimmy Johnson to go. Heavy damage. We saw the 24.
I had mentioned the fact that there are 2 drivers right now that are tied for 9th. Well, how about Jimmy Johnson? 83 career wins. He's top 5. And then, of course, only 3 drivers have ever won 7 championships. Richard Petty, Dale Earnhardt, Jimmy Johnson. And this is his final season full-time in NASCAR, and not the way he wanted to end the regular season and head on into the playoffs.
Watch William Byron. So there's big contact right there with Bubba Wallace. Then William Byron through the middle. Even more contact with William Byron. I think that's where maybe the 22 car lost the right rear tire. Either that or just got turned around. Yeah, once Joel.
He's been in the back all evening long. Now he's trying to go up there and win the race.
The front 5.
Oh, it's a big crash.
19, Mark Truex Jr. He got into the side of the 24. William Byron's in it. Landon Castle also collected up.
I was so concerned about the used tires. That actually happened in the back third. Oh, Tyler Reddick.
Tyler Reddick.
Smoke out of the back.
He goes up top to try to block. The 21 tries to go by the 9. They make contact. The 9 into the wall. The 9 slides the 21 into the wall. He collects them in a big crash happening.
So much blocking, so much shoving. It just can't last but so long.
It's Blaney out front.
Suarez in the middle of this.
Harvick running second. A big shove coming from the middle. Daniel Suarez in the 99. He gets turned into the 4, and they go into the wall. The next flag will end the race. And there is the caution flag. Ryan Blaney wins. The big accident happens behind him.
Done, boys. Way to get it done. Good, we had it.
Ryan Blaney had cleared the pack by 4 car lengths. And then Suarez and Harvick. Contact made. You see the 42, Ross Chastain involved. Kyle Larson is there. High-centered is the 3 of Austin Dillon. He's not going anywhere. Corey LaJoie caught up in this. Tyler Reddick, because of the points that he has earned, will fill that 16th spot for the playoffs. But this is what happened on the backstretch.
Big run with Suarez, with Kurt Busch pushing him, and they just made contact. And
yeah, Suarez goes to the inside of the 4 car there to try to take that run that 1 car of Kurt Busch's gave him, and Kurt gets into the right rear quarter panel, turning the 99 into the 4. Kurt trying to get low with the 99, just not able to get there, not able to help him. Turns him into the 4, and away they go.
Here it is right here. That was the move, and then, as you said, Kurt just trying to push him and gets him in the right rear. And Blaney, 2 in a row.
Blaney wins at Michigan last week and now at Daytona.
Pretty impressive, the 4 car spinning around so quickly, staying on the ground, not going airborne. Side. Kind of flip-flop from what we saw earlier. Oh, 43!
And around goes the 11, the 20 also around. Ryan Blaney caught up in this in the 12.
They're wrecking.
Truex barely working his way through there.
Did Blaney get damage here? Yes.
Oh, yes. Damage to the 12 of Ryan Blaney.
Steering wheel is 180 degrees.
Oh no, 180 degrees.
He's
that
done,
means,
guys. Look at the right front corner.
Oh, that
it's
means
turned in and not rolling, Jeff.
Yeah, 180 degrees means the steering wheel is turned. The front tires are not aiming where they needed to aim. That means there's damage. How much damage, Steve? That's the question. Is this repairable? We won't know until he gets to pit road.
Yeah, we'll see if it's just a toe link, which is a simple repair for the front, or for the rear. But in the front, much more complicated because of the way the steering works. Whatever is broken on the right front, you know, is repairable. The question is it repairable in 6 minutes?
Right.
I got to go see you this time.
Right here, he's going to come to
that right front sticking out.
Let's take a look at this wreck, though, and see how this damage occurred.
11 cars pushing the 43, just gets him loose, and then he gets very loose. Just chaos behind him. Guys trying to check up. And when you check up, you get ran into.
Check it out. Stay up high, go around it.
Wow. Truex drives all through this. Look at the 19 there on the right side of the screen. He works his way through all of this, I believe, without any issues.
Junior, he believes only flat spotting the tires, only tire damage on the 19.
Again, the 2 drivers fighting for points, Ryan Blaney, Martin Truex Jr., and Blaney with damage to his car.
But then you got to remember, though, that with Blaney came in with a 25-point lead, so now Truex still has to find those points. This will be a great view. Let's take a look from Blaney's seat.
Really appreciate that. It's 10-4, still in a good spot here. Still pushing in front. Still pushing in front. Still tight. Check up.
You know, Rick, I think it goes back to what you mentioned with the handling issues with the 43 when he was out front of the top lane, guys. You know, I thought Danny kind of pushed him loose, but right now, board with Blaney, it seems like they all stack up. I don't know if the 43 had a handling issue and just had to breathe it, and Denny was just too close and they all couldn't react, or if it was a push that turned him sideways, but it definitely started with some sort of stack up in the bottom lane.
We kind of saw some similar things in a Daytona 500 with Harrison Burton, Brad Keselowski, just pushing in the corner. Yes, we are late in the tire run. The tires are worn out. Cars are slicker. Handling's an issue. We've seen the 43 car chasing the back of his car a little bit. Then he put Cindric really loose on the nose of that 11 car. Look at the two car. Got his hands full. Parker.
And guys, as we saw them get rid of that Ford of Michael McDowell, the 210.
Oh, here's the big wreck right here. The 34 catches the 7. The 19's in it.
Stay where you are.
Let's see if 19 gets any big damage right here so far. Doesn't look like any big hits. Oh, the right front.
Yeah, the right front fender torn off. And so the caution comes out with 59 laps to go. Martin Truex Jr. had fought to within 10 points of Ryan Blaney, who was involved in an accident earlier in the race. Again, the 2 fighting to be the top in points. They know that at least one of them will get in.
I hear what Martin's saying. I'm not so sure. I don't agree with him. I mean, you've gained that many points. Why be in the middle of it? Enough guys are laying back at the back of the pack. You could have laid back with them and still been 10 positions ahead of Blaney.
I don't agree.
Well, it's facts are facts. That's the way it was.
But
There was
10
room to
points
go.
for the good up front. I mean, if he goes back to 15th, he's out. He's behind Blaney.
There would have been 10 people behind him.
Yeah,
not everybody was racing. Not everybody was up there racing. There were some people laying back.
Either way, he's wrecked with the right front off it at this point.
Either way,
you know this debate you just heard? This is what every crew chief and driver does in the field.
You heard Truex. He said it. We shouldn't have been up there.
Reddick just clipping the back bumper of McDowell, turns him into the outside wall.
It was Ross Chastain in the one that was right behind the 19. You'll see it right here as the C's kind of part and it becomes 3 wide.
Yeah, it's Daytona. It's that whole debate we just had, this whole wreck we just had is it is Daytona. It's what the situation you get put into.
See Chase Elliott doing just a nice job slowing down, luckily not getting run over from behind. Unfortunately for McDowell, that is going to hurt.
You know, oh, look at Corey LaJoie. Yeah, Corey's always runs well. I don't know how much damage is though that car. Intensity picking up. Just weren't lined up for the junior when you started pushing him.
Let's watch the damage on the 19. He's trying to get back to the pits.
Yeah, without tearing up more of that.
Trying to go as slow as he can without having that right front tire. You see the tire trying to.
Yeah, steering's fine. So all right. If you mentioned, let's find. Well, all right, take a second here. The 19 is right here. So he's about the 4th car in line. Because you were calling it live, they look pretty good. So let's take a look at where he gets in this accident, Jeff.
Yeah, he just, you know, like we showed earlier, he can't see all this starting to happen. So he starts seeing right now, drivers are slowing up. He tries to get slowed up, just got hit just in the back a little bit, shot him to the right. He tried to get slowed down to keep from hitting the wall and came back across the racetrack.
Look at that tire pop and blow that right front fender off. I was like, did he make contact with the right front fender on the wall or what happened there? Right here, watch this right front fender. Boom.
Boom.
That's wild.
So Steve,
I was wondering where the fender came off. That's crazy.
So Steve, the great thing for Martin Truex Jr. is he said the steering's fine.
Yeah.
So right now that means they've got body damage, and if he can get himself, if the steering is indeed fine and the car drives okay, if he can get himself in the middle of the pack, he can keep up with this pack with that right front.
Briscoe's not going to stay behind the 22. He wants to be up front, and now he goes to the nose of the 48 of Alex Bowman, hoping for a push.
What a move. Oh, he can't get that push.
Oh, into the wall he goes. And they'll collect more cars behind. The 14 stays on the ground.
Brake, hold the brake, hold the brake.
You can see it happening as he was coming around. Bubba Wallace with contact right there. Watching those guys go around turn 3 and 4. The 14's driving up the racetrack. He is sideways. He's loose. And he's lifting off the gas. The 48 is waiting right in the left rear quarter panel. It finally spins the 14 car out. We've seen that so many times today with guys drive up the racetrack because they're so loose they can't turn the wheel.
Briscoe out of the car. He had just made the move to get in front of the 22 of Logano, and this happened.
So the 41 dives in the middle on the back straightaway to take the lead, but look at him up the racetrack. He's loose, and he starts coming back down the track, right in the left rear quarter panel. Goes the 48. The 48 wants to push him, but he needs to push him in the right side, but the 14's driving up the track loose, and that offsets him the wrong way.
And that 14 car was working its way to upside down.
Yep.
Let's take another look at this right here. Watch when this thing gets backwards. It turns around, and it climbs a long ways off the ground before it comes back down. My goodness. That thing that's scary because, listen, tipping over is bad enough, but then flipping into the grass and into traffic, you know, we've seen other cars. This will be a great onboard. Let's take a look. Onboard Bubba Wallace.
Down. Keep coming straight down pit road. All right.
Yeah, that's how quick things happen here at Daytona. Think about this. We talk about avoiding wrecks and the dilemma with Martin Truex Jr. All the wrecks today have started from the 2nd position. So in the front of the pack, it's so aggressive.
That 14 car, I'm so thankful those flaps worked, put that car back on the ground. So thankful this 3 car backwards on board with Austin Dillon. See how he gets turned around.
Stay middle here, stay top.
Oh, man.
The middle,
and
keep
right
coming.
here,
Down pit
so
road, down pit
thankful
road.
he's straight down pit road. Doesn't get to that pit wall at all. Man, that is just scary. This is one track. Normally pit lane is a long ways away, but the entrance of pit road and down to pit stall 1, you know, you feel a pretty safe distance away, but the speed is obvious.
So many of these drivers are drivers that have to win if they want to advance into the next round of the playoffs.
48's damage is heavier than I initially thought. Man, that is. And then how about Chase Elliott right here? I think he's going to get through it clean. He's on the brakes.
I think Eric Almirola in the 10, also an evasive move down pit road.
Which you can use. That's legal. You just have to continue to slow down. Let's see. The 38 hits the 10. Right there at the top of your screen, kind of. And he's now going to turn left to miss the 23 just barely.
Look at this run. Yeah.
Wow. And now he's watching the 3 spin out in front of him. Not sure where he's going to go.
Dillon slides.
Well, you know the intensity we're picking up. You know, 8 drivers.
Haley on that outside line, top of 3. He's got some help with him.
Oh, into the wall they go. The 11 now also caught up in it.
The whole
Haley. The 3 of Austin Dillon squeezes through. He is in front. And look at virtually the only car to clear it.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That I've never seen racing that intense in Daytona. Never.
And Martin Truex Jr. is going to gain some spots here. So many that won't be able to continue. The last caution, the 3 was
Rick. As
the
I look
3
out the window,
and it's starting to rain.
It is raining
gosh.
right here. The heavy rain has moved over the grandstands. As we sat here looking out the window,
We are
it
the leader.
became clear. My goodness, Austin Dillon.
Oh my God.
There's his dad. Oh my gosh.
We have to remember
We're gonna come over the leader now.
it's only 12:30 in the afternoon here at Daytona.
Don't get ahead of yourself, Rick.
But these cells have popped up with 22 laps to go. Richard Childress, team owner there.
RC. What a year it'd be if RC gets both cars in the playoffs after a year ago. The battle trying to get him in. Look at that radar.
Yeah, you see the weather cells that are starting to pop up now, and that's typical for this part of Florida.
I mean, there were, I'll tell you how it started, but it's like 4 or 5 things happening all at once. When we pick it up, you've got 2 or 3 cars sideways from multiple types of contact.
I was with you when we started there. I saw 2 cars sideways. I think we're going to try it a little bit earlier. Let's take a look from the 3 right here. I want to know how he gets through it because he's the only one on the apron.
Still 3 bottom. Rick, stay bottom, keep coming, way bottom, easy, bottom.
Nice.
Good, keep coming.
Camera's pretty clear. Let's watch this right here. The 17 of Buescher trying to go into the middle there on the 31, on the 16. Oh, the 99 just loses it. Denny Rex.
Well, the 31 just lost it too by himself in that top lane.
I wonder if it was rain.
Well, yeah, I mean, both leaders are in clean air. They both catch their car. That tells me that there's something down there that's reducing grip.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, guys, there were a lot of drivers saying, hey, it's raining. Why are we racing right now? And that could have been the result of what happened there.
Watch this 31, right? Watch him. Is a clear indicator. Inside lane, very top. All right, as they roll through here. See right there? He's sideways.
Yeah.
The 11 sideways.
The track is wet. Parker.
And Jeff, exactly. His spotter was telling him it's raining, and then after that all went down, Justin Haley came on the radio and said it was raining. So, of course, there was no grip down there.
The 3 with 16th going into that wreck. Now, that makes sense, Dale, because all 3 cars, the first car bottom, first car middle, first car top. You see the rain falling. They all go down in the corner, and all 3 lose grip. They're the first ones in there. And we don't know if these guys have grip. The 47 has no grip because he's 7 feet in the air. And the 3 gets to the apron.
And it's such a, it's such a tough call. I mean, you can't tell it's raining down there. We're
Christopher Bell, the 20 car on the outside, Rick.
Yeah, the back
end.
Oh, into the wall hard goes Ryan Blaney. off the nose of Ty Gibbs, and the big one happens behind him.
And it brought so many people into it. Look at all these cars. Good race cars, big impacts.
Yeah, only 6 cars have gone through already. Look at how many cars involved. Harrison Burton in the 21, who was leading earlier. The 2 of Austin Cindric. Ryan Blaney, the hood up. This one has collected a lot of cars.
That's a big impact. Really big impact.
There's Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Can't get rolling.
Yeah, they're stuck. The flat tires and the frames are just stuck on the ground. Several of them just can't get moving.
The Daytona 500 winner from earlier, and the result's not going to be the same. There's Austin Dillon with so much damage. Left front wheel about to come off.
He was looking for the same magic from a year ago. This year, though, caught up in the wreck. It will not be a win in advance. The 45 of Reddick involved.
See the nose smashed up on that car. Kevin Harvick looks unscathed from this side. Blaney still catching his breath. Window net down, great sign. Keselowski, I believe, is going to get scored as the stage winner. AJ Allmendinger, the right front fender torn off of that.
And to Jeff,
your right rear is down. We see that.
To Jeff's point,
right front fender.
with both the front and the rear tires down, there's these basically rub blocks on the frame, and with this low profile tire at the speedways where you run the height so low and the spring so stiff, it just literally sits on those. So these cars may be able to continue in the race. They'll be assisted back to pit road by the tow trucks, but there's so many of them.
Here's Blaney climbing out of the 12. Again, it was Ty Gibbs getting into the back of Blaney, and Blaney turning into that outside wall.
And Blaney's out of his car, which it was a massive impact. Some of these other cars could get rolling again.
AMR safety crew attending to all of these drivers.
Oh, sorry, let's see how it starts. Bad pushes start so many of these wrecks right there.
I'll be honest, I was watching that 54. He had a little bit of a wiggle before the push. If we slow it down, I saw that car just wiggle just a little bit before. It's hard to tell right there that there's like a little bit of a kind of a move where the car looks like it's getting uncomfortable and out of control. Massive.
Huge hit.
Massive hit.
Blaney.
You saw that wall deflected, did a great job, but look at all the damage. That is a massive impact. That was next level.
With thanks to Little Bites, Biggie Muffins, this is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. What a win would do for him tonight. Incredible. And he fits into that category. Oh, and here we go. Chastain's involved. Noah Gragson, Eric Jones, Kyle Larson.
Such a calm point in the race. It was too wide or single file, and all of a sudden chaos.
We're still rolling. We're still rolling, but we got damage. Bring it right.
Look at Noah Gragson. Bowman's involved. Truex gets going again. Ty Gibbs in the 54. And Corey LaJoie, who was having such a great run.
He's stuck. All the tires are down.
Hamlin. Bad week for the 11. The points penalty and now an accident early. Let's see what happens, Jeff.
Oh, Noah. No, I don't know if Noah's getting pushed and lost control. Then he goes to the left. That's what it looked like to me. He just immediately shot to the left. Here you go. Being a big pushback from Corey right here. Shoves him to the left. He has to correct it. Then he comes back across the racetrack in front of Corey. And that's what we talked about earlier. You can push and you can shove, but when you don't do it correctly and you get it wrong just by a little bit, you mistime it, this is what happens.
Closing 8 laps coming up.
Oh, they got together in 3.
Whoa! McDowell goes up high. Larson is in it. Reddick's in it. Logano, Wallace, Haley.
That all started in turn 3. Cindric tried to lift to prevent it from happening, but he did not lift quick enough.
It's the second big one of the night. Larson will be left waiting and wanting that top 5 again. McDowell went for a wild ride. Let's have a listen to his radio.
Okay, fine. That was uncalled for. Well, that was super uncalled for. Yeah, I don't get it at all.
Well, we talked about it. It's 9 to go. And the aggression level is through the roof.
Joey Logano, who led 34 laps tonight, his Coke Zero Sugar 400 is over.
Watch right here. Watch the 2 car. All this was off of turn 4. All right, so now they're going down the front straightaway. Watch the pipes on the 2 car. He sees it starting to happen. McDowell pulls up in front of him. A push from Barry. Tries to get to the outside, lifts right there, and still contact. And then, look at this.
Whoa. And Michael McDowell, who knows what it's like to have a massive crash at a high-speed track, got away with that one.
See the fire come out of the pipes of the 2 car? He was being pushed by the 4. He knew he had too much speed. He was doing all he could to prevent it, but it just could not get it slowed down. See the additional aerodynamic devices that were applied on the cars this week to prevent the cars from getting in the air.
Absolutely. It's impossible to know exactly what part or piece, but clearly the 34 was on his way upside down and came back onto its tires. The work by NASCAR. Look at this right here. Nowhere to go. Nothing to do.
To go for Ricky
that
Stenhouse.
extra work by NASCAR helping. This is the concern, right? When you're hit with another car, when the 22 makes contact, the 34 instantly goes in the air. And if this car continues to tumble, it's the 22, 23 down the line, but it comes back, I say onto the tire, onto the wall actually, and then makes contact with the tires. You see Bubba Wallace in it, the 45 of Reddick in it. Both 2311 cars.
This is the view from Kyle Busch.
One of the worst wrecks I've ever seen. Ricky Craven at Talladega. Spun, car got in the air, and he went into the catch fence. This car of McDowell's comes back down and gets into the wall.
And there are cars involved, drivers involved there that have had terrific nights. But it is over. And look at how fortunate Michael McDowell. We've mentioned plenty about that Daniel won't be with Trackhouse. And it says movement here. Wallace decides to go back up. Blaney sticks to that low line. It was announced today that Connor Zilic will be racing full-time in Cup, and there's a big one here. Around goes Bubba. Busch is in it as well. There's Bowman. Bowman's in the wall. Stenhouse is in there. So too Cindric. And Zane Smith.
Is it going to be this kind of night? I mean, it has gotten wild already.
Well, it was good while it lasted.
Good while it lasted, says the Brickyard 400 winner.
Well, let's go back and watch it. Very front of the pack. The 23 of Bubba Wallace. Watch that car on the outside lane. They get 3 wide. And I don't think that Bubba knows that he's 3 wide that low because he's in the middle of the racetrack.
Toyota on board for Bubba. I'm with you. I think he thinks he only has one car below him. He ends up with two because if we go back and watch it again, the 22 of Logano kind of gets put in a bad spot, which is going to hurt Logano. He's going to go backwards. So watch right here. The 22, there's fire out the pipes. The 8's going to get to the bottom. The 5's going to be outside. Now, if we freeze it right there, the 8's bottom, the 22's middle, the 23's top. But Bubba Wallace is in what would be the middle lane of the racetrack. As we roll it forward, I don't think Bubba knows he's 3 wide top because of where he is on the racetrack. He starts moving left, and then Kyle and Logano Logano has nowhere to do. He's out of the gas, and that's it. The 23 comes across the nose of the 22. But I'm with you, Jeff. I'm just not sure the 23 of Bubba Wallace has any idea there are 2 cars below him while being in the middle of the racetrack.
And of course, it's at the front of the pack. So now all of these guys that had nothing to do with the wreck whatsoever, they come piling into it with nowhere to go. Big left side impact.
The Maytag on board here. Oh my goodness.
That is exactly what it's like. He felt like he was going to roll right through it, and the next thing, there's a car sitting in the middle of your hood.
Here's Alex Bowman's view. There were 3 drivers in particular who skipped their way through. Carson Hocevar, Ross Chastain, and Justin Haley found a clear passage through. This was not a clear passage for Kyle Busch.